Cause smart as fucking ass. What's up, everybody? Good morning. I'm a little sick today. I don't know what's going on lately. I don't know what's going on lately. I'm getting sick every fucking feels like every 2 weeks I come down with something. It probably feels like that though, because I did actually poison myself with the expired vermouth. By the way, W Pickett hat. I kind of like this trucker. We might need to get these like rope trucker gambling hats. Need a V2 of the gambling hats. I'm seeing a lot of BYU money lines, by the way. A lot of BYU money lines. What's up, everybody? Good morning, Shamway. What's up? Subscriber for 22 months. Love that. Almost 2 years. It's time for like home run par Lizzie. I'm in. I think I already know who's hitting home runs, like who I like. I know who I like to hit home runs, and I already tweeted it. It's Rafael Devers Day. Devers? Is it Devers? Can we get? I'm not great. I'm not great. I'm not great with names. I'm not great with pronunciations. We had some friends. We had some friends that actually got engaged to the Knicks game that I went to, which was hilarious. The Knicks Mavericks. I went on my. I don't really go on Instagram. I'm a Twitter guy, but I went on Instagram and I saw at center court, my wife's friend got proposed to the game I went to with my buddy the other day, and I was like, oh shit, and I was like, I go, Troy proposed, and my wife was like, who the fuck is Troy? And I was like, your friend's boyfriend. She goes, you mean Ray? Oh, yeah. It's not good. It's rude. I'm not proud of it. I have to get better with names. And I like this guy too. Sometimes if I forget somebody's name, it's not that I don't like them, but it's like, they just don't really, not really like, memorable. I like this guy. He's a good dude. So it's not Troy. It's Ray. All right. So remember that. What's up, everybody? Good morning, DJ. How many baseballs my best sport tweets are going to see today? I don't know. Probably not many, because I think people are getting kicked in the dick from March Madness. So I don't know that anybody is really running to bet baseball. I'm excited. I am. And probably because the real ones know. Last year was a great year. It really was. It was an excellent year. Your ad is about to start. Snooze for 5 minutes. No, I don't want to snooze. Hit him with the ads. Fire. But anyways, I don't know. Does anybody else just get sick very often? I'm not trying to say if it's fucking the vaccine. I'm not trying to say if it's COVID. That's not the conversation I'm trying to have here. I just don't know what's going on. I haven't been the healthiest guy to start 2025. I'll tell you that. I've been on a few benders, too many benders. Fucking Orange Bowl, National Championship, Big East Tournament. Beef kicking my ass. Cam says, I'm fucking horny. Yeah, what's up? I could use a 1 p.m. Yeah, it's so stupid. Vegas all last week for March Madness. Feels good to be back in the saddle. Love that. Matt Olson, 5-1. Okay. What's up? Play ball. Surely we get a game starting here. Nope. Yep. Can someone else please let me know, Matt Olson? Odd year. Yep. I've got a DGen hoodie on. Ice cold, tall boy, cracked open, multiple units deployed. Love that. I'm wearing a shit brown uniform to unbox for EPS. Blue collar. Shout out, Daddy. Always love the vibes from Paul W. Yeah, I probably should quit drinking. Yep, W Corp. Meech. I'm also kind of sick. It's drastic weather changes. Yep, horny. Yep, it's fucking weather change going from cold to warm again. Yeah, probably doesn't help that I city bike so much too, and I'm outside in the cold, and I don't always have the proper jacket. So maybe I just get really cold. I don't know. Is that good? Is that bad for your body? I don't know. I really, for like a long time of my life, I didn't get sick very often. And I don't know if anybody else feels like this, but when I was sick, when I was younger, that shit didn't stop me from anything. I was the kind of guy like, I would look for any excuse to miss school, but I'm a hard worker. I like to work. I would always, I would push through. I would fucking, if I was sick, dude, there was no way I was missing a day of work. When I was when I was in wireless sales, I'd be coughing, sneezing, handing you a fucking flip Nokia, Remember the QWERTY text? Yeah, predictive text messaging, ringback tones. I had to sell all that shit. I'd be doing it with a severe cold. I'd be managing a bar while I felt like I was on my deathbed, just running upstairs, fucking, popping some, what was my go-to? Dayquil. I was a big Dayquil guy. All that shit's so bad for you, like Theraflu, Dayquil, whatever. Big tea guy. Got my tea. Got a big old cup of hot tea. Some honey in there. Let's have a day. Yep. Yeah, they are. Couldn't name a player on the court, but it's Bama -5. Shit. George Springer going yard. Oh, I don't hate that. Good morning, DJ. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I caught up. Kevin Willard, Maryland, just came out and said he's taking Nova job next year. Great time. And yeah, it'll be all right. Season change, brother. Yep. Allergies. Yeah, I don't know. Ray Troy proposing a sporting event is not the right move. No, I liked it. I liked it. He's a nice guy. His fiance is a big Knicks fan, so that was cool. DJ and La, 5 months. Good morning, Blue Jays money line. Hope so. I took their team total over. What's up, Pip? Good morning. Hello, everybody in YouTube. Hello, everybody in Twitter and Twitch. Listen, I'm not feeling great. I got to get Corp today, which is not fun. But I do have a hard stop at about 11:45, which will be fine. I think we'll be okay. Late start today. Surprise, by the way. So no Steak. Steak was going to come on. He's got some shit he's got to deal with. Some family stuff. I feel he'll be back. He's doing whatever he can, and appreciate it, respect it. Steak is grinding his nuts off. Do you only content creating now, DJ? No, unfortunately, I still have a corp job. I just have a lot of flexibility with my job, which is a good thing and a bad thing at times. I mean, it's not. If you have more stability and less flexibility, you're probably getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. I work 100% commission, which I don't advise anybody to do. All right, stay in school, and yes, but we will. I do like to lean into content. I'm a big content guy. I think content is the new gold. You know what I mean? Everybody wants it. Everybody wants some content. You ever walk around the city streets? Good morning, Greg. You ever walk the city? You look sharp today. You ever just look at the people? You look at people all the time?
I do.
What are people doing all day, every day?
Staring at their goddamn phones.
Content. If you don't believe in content, I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, we do what we can. It's opening day, baby. Judge Vladdy, Rosarina Dinger. No shit. Everybody say hello to Greg. Hi, Greg. JP had to do it without me even telling him. Greg blessed us with his presence today as a nice little surprise. Hashtag blessed. He saw the tweet and said, "What is Phil's coming on to talk basketball or baseball?" I said baseball. He said, "All right, let me hop in and talk basketball." Corp Greg, we love midweek Corp Greg. Keep raising those eyebrows. It's actually getting me very energized when I see you do that. Are you reading the chat? I know. It's very funny because I've gotten so used to reading the chat and talking and trying to like stay focused.
So you have like a dual process.
Oh yeah. I'm so good. Not to mention just my peripherals in general are good. Like when I drive, I'm so good at just looking at my surroundings. City biking, same thing. But it's funny when I have like Jake on and you, it's hard. I know because you don't do it every day and you haven't done it for so long. It's hard to not sometimes just read the chat and like stay focused on the chat. And then you forget, oh shit, I gotta, like we're on camera. I gotta keep talking. You know what I mean? I gotta listen to somebody else talk while I'm reading somebody else talk. Does that make sense?
Oh, totally. And you know I'm bad at this, and it ties into your first thing of like being focused on something and being able to look at something in peripherals. Remember on Saturday when we were out and I couldn't not look? There's a lot going on.
I was gonna mention something about that, but I figured I wouldn't talk about. Does your wife watch this?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If there's a rack within 30 feet, Greg's head will turn.
Yeah. I mean, it was out.
I had a kid's birthday party too, Greg.
She didn't have a kid.
Not that you'd care.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, should have invited Cleveland. Should have invited Cheward. Oh God. Greg definitely woke up at 6 a.m. to start working on his hair. Greg, your hair looks unbelievable. Did you just get a haircut?
No, like a week or so ago. You know what it might be? When we went to the wedding down in Florida, I didn't pack hair gel. And I bought a new hair gel, like a shitty CVS in Miami, but it's actually not bad.
Sometimes that shit works out where you'll just like on a whim buy something and cheap and you kind of stick with it for a while. That's happened to me in the past. No, do you remember the oh my God, what was that hair gel that was like really popular? Was it Got to Be Glued or something? Or
I remember Bedhead being really popular.
Bedhead? Yeah. I can't even imagine the chemicals in there. Now everybody comes out with like this like fucking natural
It's
bullshit.
all organic. It's all
but it doesn't work as well. It's kind of like, I tried deodorant without is it perspirant? What is it?
Aluminum.
Yeah, but it's like non-perspirant. What's that word? Come on, help me out. Antiperspirant. Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay, I had it right. Yeah, but there's no aluminum in there, dude. I start sweating in 15 minutes and I stink. So
really?
Yeah.
Try Tom's.
feel like I did try Tom's, but maybe
Tom's of
there's a
Maine. Yeah, that's my go-to.
All right. Well, good morning. I am we're gonna start with the Sweet 16. Bring back aluminum. Wasn't Graysmith BK's best bet for first round leader? He's +4. Yes, Emoj 1221. Hopefully BK's in here watching on YouTube and you can rub his face in.
Did golf start yet?
Yeah.
I told you on day.
You took J Day?
Yeah.
Dude, get in on Sung J M first round leader. I got a weird feeling.
Really?
Yeah, I got a weird feeling. Yep. It's just a good way to start the week. Pepiet over Case tomorrow. Sung J. Like, we're going back to our roots. You know what I mean? We're going back to our roots.
Whatever Rays pitcher's throwing over Case.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Newsletter.
You have to, right? This is the last Rays opening day. You have to take something.
That is so fucking rude. There's the website link, thedegenerateweekly.com. Go there, subscribe to the newsletter. It is free. We sent our MLB futures out yesterday or last night. Greg and Steak are on the Braves train. I'm gonna go Phillies. I think I liked what Javon had to say about maybe people sleeping on the Phillies. So Phil Zutley will be on maybe about 20-30 minutes to talk MLB. Greg, for the time being, we've got Sweet 16. We've got 4 games tonight. I have a bet in every single one of them. So I'm pretty fired up. I'm feeling good.
I actually like Friday's slate a lot better.
Yeah. I wouldn't argue that. There's the teams that are playing tonight. So let's see. Tomorrow, I have like more vendettas tomorrow. I have a vendetta against Michigan State, and I don't like Purdue, so it's a little bit more emotional. Whereas tonight, I've watched a lot of these teams. Like I watched all of Alabama's first 2 games. I really got eyes on Maryland, but I'm going to stay off. Arizona, I feel like I'm getting to know pretty well. So I don't know. I had a really, what fucked with me? I had a really good Sunday. So now I'm like feeling confident. On top of that, finally got a deal closed. So it's like, nice. Ooh, I'm back to fucking like putting, full units and feeling also that combined with confidence, probably a recipe for disaster. So everybody already knows we're not here to give you fucking guaranteed winners and certified locks. So if you're going to tell me, do so with discretion. I'm going to, let's get it started. So BYU, Alabama. I'm going to get the board up real quick. I don't know why I didn't have it up to begin with. Sorry about that, chat. Here we go. 7:09 Eastern. I'll tell you what, if I wasn't feeling like shit, I would have really enjoyed going to this game. Not that I would have enjoyed going to fucking Newark.
Oh, you're not going?
I can't, man. I feel like shit. I knew I was getting sick when I went to the Knicks game on Tuesday night. I could just feel it,
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to drink through it and eat chicken fingers. Thought that would help me with, protein and stuff. I was wrong. I'm kidding.
Yeah, of course. Fried chicken.
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
What, Greg, Newark is actually your favorite airport. You want to talk about that for a second?
Dude, Newark, I mean, it used to be like rivaling JFK and LaGuardia, but those have both gotten mad. Dude, I can't even fathom how bad of an airport Newark is.
It's
they have porta potties. The last time I went there, they had porta potties. You know how bad that is for like next to one of the biggest cities in America to have porta potties in your airport?
So when's the last time you've been there?
It's been a while because I just got so sick of it. There's like one food option that was shitty Mexican, and that's it. And it would be like, yeah, it's fucking $18 for 3 awful tacos. And that's it. You don't have another choice. And go take a piss in that porta potty that somebody shit on and no one's cleaned in since 2 months ago.
It's well, that builds character. Jersey's a blue collar place. We wouldn't expect anything less, but
it's not blue collar. It's dude, it's bad.
So
it's actually I went to the airport in Tanzania, and that was the only one that or Kenya, excuse me, and that was the only one that was worse. You realize how like things in America that you take for granted, the check-in process, the lady just had a sheet of paper, and I gave her my name, and she goes, "Oh, there you are," and checked it, and I was walking, I'm like, that's it, like
no ID.
No, dude, like just a sheet of loose leaf paper, and she's like, Greg, you're good to go. I was like, this is wild. But
yeah, at least for Newark, if you're gonna have one option for food before a flight, make it Mexican. You know what I mean? Like, so that was smart.
Not good Mexican.
I'm Greg. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
You don't.
And actually, so I shouldn't shit on them too bad because I have heard other terminals are nice. This was when I was really religious to JetBlue, and that terminal was by far the worst.
Yeah,
you don't have TSA pre-check. You wait in the regular line, and then they give you a laminated piece of paper that says pre-check, and you don't take your shoes off. That's
yeah. That happened at Atlanta too. Atlanta's a wild airport.
Atlanta's just too big.
Let's go, Onk. Big day for sports fans. Damn, Greg, the fossil is here. I'm asleep already.
Thanks, Dims.
Greg, last time I'm going to say it, your hair looks great. Let's lock in. Everybody lock in. Hold on. But that is an important fact you need to know about Newark. And if you're flying into New York, try to fly into LaGuardia. Stay away from JFK. It's under construction. It's a nightmare to get Ubers and shit like that.
Under a lot of construction.
Yeah, I had somebody. People ask me all the time about. I've got this guy Adam. Shout out Adam. He's coming with his girlfriend to New York. He's like sending me ideas on hotels. I'm giving him some feedback. People always ask random bullshit. Number one, don't stay in Times Square. Number two, fly into LaGuardia. All right, let's.
I don't know what DJ's doing. I don't know if you guys can even smoke with me.
Oh, it's like just real quick. It's like getting like Zen. It's like locking.
Did you mean to do that?
I do that all the time. It's like meditating. It's like, all right, whatever we're
It's
talking
like the
about.
moment is Zen on YouTube TV.
Yeah, exactly. Between commercials, it's just Zen. You get 30 seconds. You forget about the distractions of what we were just talking about, and now it's a whole fresh new chapter. Okay, you know,
Were you doing drugs or peeing
Can you
in a water
stop?
bottle
Can you
during that
stop?
30
Can you
seconds?
stop? Can you stop? You're ruining the fucking entire Zen. All right, Alabama, -5, total 176. Pretty fucking high total. I don't know why I don't have wager talk up. I want to look at openers and whatnot. Greg, I think we're against each other in this game. You're an Alabama guy. You have Alabama to win it all. You got them a while ago. This is one of your teams you took a shot on.
They're right back to their what I got them at. It's not
So no CLV.
Zero. They did get lower, but then they shot a lot higher when the tournament started because they looked like shit down the break.
Okay. That's all right. We're not CLV guys, so no harm, no foul there. Looking at this opener right now, according to Wager Talk, and we have Alabama open 3.5. I don't know how accurate that is. I never saw 3.5.
I did not either.
They're up to 5, 171.5, up to 176 or 175.5. People like this over. I don't know that I necessarily agree. Why don't you start this off? Do you have a play on this game? If so, what is it? If not, what do you like?
I'm tempted to take the over. I don't have a play because I have a future on Bama, and I do think BYU is the move. And I don't want to get cute and take BYU with the points. It's too soon to even think about hedging. But I do heavily lean towards the over. And I'll probably end up taking it just because this is a first game, and I'm going to want something when the ball tips.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I have one question, and now please keep in mind, I don't know how often you tune into the streams or whatnot, but we like to talk about what's obvious, what's trendy, what's popular. Does not necessarily mean I'm saying don't take it. Do you acknowledge that if you like points in this game, that it's probably an obvious over? Because sometimes I've noticed in this tournament, you know, like Akron, Arizona was a very popular over. There was another one, but it's escaping me. There were two really popular overs that did not.
It was like Illinois Xavier.
Yeah. Great. Wow. Great memory. So this reminds me, or I'm getting that vibe of out of all the games in the Sweet 16, this one feels like points would be would be coming quite easily because BYU's put up 91 and 80. And Alabama has a very high-powered, potent offense. They scored 90 something against Robert Morris. They scored 77 against St. Mary's, but St. Mary's has a pretty decent defense, from what I understand.
I thought they broke 80
against St. Mary's. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Then I thought they had. Last I checked, it was like 77-65. I don't know. I just assumed that's what the final was. Yeah. So Equity Rise says serious.
Yeah, they put up 80 because I remember seeing it was the first time in like 10 years that St. Mary's had given up 80 points.
Yeah, I get a lot of shit, by the way, for not making a bet because I'm already invested. I just want to say that I think that is a very wise thing to do, to not necessarily always double down. There's a part of a reason that you've already made that bet, and you need an outcome to happen. You need Alabama to win.
I also am not very confident in this. I don't see Alabama getting past Duke. So why would I fade my initial bet, or why would I double down on them if I'm not that big of a believer? I will say, you talk about public. I think the most public dog on the board is BYU.
Starting to agree. Starting to agree. So I got there with BYU. I wanted to block out the noise. I like BYU. I did not take them against VCU. VCU is a really trendy dog. And then I don't really know when BYU played Wisconsin. I think just from what I noticed, I think the opinion was kind of split. The my takeaway in that game, though, was I was a Wisconsin guy, and I watched Wisconsin against Montana. I had them 16.5. They covered, won that bet, but I didn't like Wisconsin. I didn't like their bigs. They're pretty soft. And when I watched BYU, they just played with a certain type of attitude and confidence. I bet BYU to beat Wisconsin. They were really in control of that game till the end. Wisconsin kind of benefited from a lot of late calls and whatnot. I'm just going to put my head down. I'm going to take the 5. I think I have 5.5 with BYU. I like them. I think they win. Sorry, Greg. But
no, I would not be surprised in the lightest.
So I do want to say Shammy's 25, the new follow. Hello, welcome to the board review. I do want to say it does really feel like BYU is becoming quite popular. So if they're the trendy dog of the Sweet 16 that doesn't bite and burns us, I'm not going to be surprised. Alabama did not impress me. Watched them against Robert Morris. Tailed the fellas on that one. I went first half, which was sweaty, but Robert Morris banged with him. And then I watched him against St. Mary's. Not overly impressed. Mark Sears did have a pretty off night against St. Mary's. If you want to take his points higher, Destiny, in a bounce back spot, no issues with me. So we'll move on, but I'm going to go BYU. I'm not going to overthink it, but I'm fully prepared to lose this bet.
And yeah, I just checked the splits. At least on mine, there's no one on Alabama, and everyone's on BYU spread or money line.
Oh God, that's not good. That's not good. Special K. They are popular for good reasons. Over the last 12 seasons on Torvik, they are the most efficient offense in the country. Yeah, they look good. They look good. They look well coached. I like BYU. I'm down to just say fuck it, block out the noise. Give me the dog that I think is playing better basketball. All right, let's go to 7:39. Second game on the board, Maryland and Florida. Really, really tough read for this one. Looks like Florida opened 5 up to 6. I think it got up to 7. I saw Chernoff had a rundown on this. It got up to 7. A very large and respected sports betting syndicate, not us, took Maryland, brought it down to 6. There was buyback on the Gators up to 7. Look, it's no secret. I think Florida is one of the, most popular pick teams. Everyone's kind of darling because they were just on the outside looking in terms of like juggernauts for the entire season. I think Florida's great. I'm not trying to get cute here. I'm a Maryland guy. Tweeted about them the past couple times. I think they're a good basketball team. They got pretty lucky. They grinded back against Colorado State. Colorado State played a damn good game of basketball.
Man, that hurt. I had Colorado State money line and to make the Sweet 16. They're 4-1 to make the Sweet 16. They were just a team that when I was doing all the betting every tournament, you watched them and they were just the epitome of hot at the right time. You know what really sucked about that game? Because I heard you and Steak break it down, but neither of you guys brought this up. With like 3 minutes to go, when Colorado State was inbounding the ball, they just threw it out of bounds. The guy just missed it. Literally just missed it. Like just fucking dropped it. And then Maryland hit a 3, and that's when it was like, oh, that play's just been haunting me.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, I think Maryland, for whatever reason, I thought they looked kind of sloppy to start the game against Grand Canyon. And I still think that there's not anything. I'm not going to take any credit away from Colorado State. I thought they deserved to win that game. Maryland made some big shots in the second half. I think they were like at one point they were like 5 for 10 from 3 or something. They were starting to heat up. I just like their squad. I like their point guard. I like their bigs. I am on the over in this game. And Greg,
really?
Yep. Out of all the bets on the board today, it's my favorite bet. And I got CLV. I put it in early. I put it in 155.5. It is shot up. It is up to 157.5. How you like them apples? 2.
I lean the under.
Oh.
Maryland has been a sneaky under team. I was just checking this to fact check myself, but both their tournament games and 4 of their last 5 have gone under, where Florida's been they're 5-0 for the last 5 to the over. So I get that, but I think Maryland might be one of those sneaky under teams.
So Maryland on the season, 17-13 to the over. However, last 4 games of the regular season, they did go under all 4. in the conference tournament, 1 under, 1 over. And then, they went 1 under 151. Only allowed 49 point. Grand Canyon was terrible. And then 72-71. For what it's worth, Greg, it pushed on that total. Depending on where you got it, 140.
Action showing it was 143, so take that for what it is.
Yes,
but right at the number.
So more than fair. I'm not going to argue with you on that logic. My thinking is this: the Gators just had a sloppy performance, shot themselves in the foot, a gritty defensive game plan, or not even game plan, but just I think Hurley got a lot out of his guys, and I think Florida played a little tight, a little scared, and it almost cost them. They woke up at the end. Same thing with Maryland. Maryland was down 37-30 in that first half. They woke up. They started making shots. Both teams just had their scare. It's going to be a big game. I think these two teams play loose. I think after basically just coming away from 2 scares of being down and being eliminated from the tournament, you're not going to get like Maryland coming in here and being scared to play Florida. You're not going to get Florida to come in here and playing tight, nervous about being upset. I think they're going to play loose. And I think with this coaching situation, with Maryland's head coach leaving to Nova, opens up the door for more looseness. I want them loose. Loose as a goose. Give me points. Give me offense. I think both teams are going to get in the 80s here.
All right. You might have talked me off the under, because I do agree with that. Both teams are kind of, they had a big scare last week and they're in that survival mode.
I want to remind you, Greg, I'm feeling confident and I'm back to full unit plays. And this is my favorite bet. So what you should probably do is take the under. Oh,
I'll see how
Greg.
I feel.
Or we lost Greg or we lost me.
I'm here.
Okay. Can you see and hear me okay?
Yeah, you were a little pixely for a second, but you're back.
Yeah. Man, my internet is sucking lately. Duke -9.5 POD. Sorry, too much corp stuff. Wanted to say. All right, quantitative eating. We always appreciate you sharing. Unfortunately, I'm on the opposite side. Hate fading quantitative eating. Okay, let's move on. 2 more games, and then we'll talk some MLB. Greg, Duke and Arizona games at 9:38. Also in Newark. Man, I was already scheming and plotting how to beat the traffic. Heading out of there. It's unfortunate that I won't be able to.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks. If they were, I didn't even consider it because I have an early meeting Friday, and to go to a 10 o'clock basketball game is just fuck that. Which is silly to me that both games are 7 and 10. Like, make one of the locations 4 and 7 and the other 7 and 10. Like,
or even like 6:15 and 8:30.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, something would have made more sense.
It's silly to me. I don't know. They must get so much more ad revenue when it's in that prime time slot. But to me, it's just dumb that every game is in that slot.
Yeah. So looks like Duke was 9.5, down to 9 at Circa, 9.5 everywhere else. Total 152 up to 154.5. You know what, man? This was the one game out of the 3 I didn't have a play in when I put all my bets in early. And then yesterday, I said, fuck it. I've been following this Arizona team, and I can't believe they're just not skipping a beat. I took them in a parlay to make the Sweet 16. I took them -3.5. Got very lucky. They won by 4 against Oregon. And I've noticed in the last 6 games, including the conference tournament, Big 12 conference tournament, they have been shooting the lights out. Over 50% from the field, 45-50% from 3. These guys are playing really well. Caleb Love had a great game last game against Oregon. He had 30. But even some of those games in the past, they've shot well. He's only had to take 9 shot attempts, and the other guys step up. I'm really liking Arizona, and I'm just gonna go ahead and sack up and take the points. And I even sprinkled the money line. I put 0.2 units on Arizona money line. Wow. That's not gonna hit.
Never know.
I took a full unit, 9.5. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? For glory, right? For glory. We only get this once a year. So I'm gonna take a shot on Duke potentially going down. What say you in this game, Greg?
I can get behind you on that, because I do think obviously Duke is right now the best team in the country, right? But if you look at who they played the first 2 rounds, they played Mount St. Mary, who, come on, like, and then they played Baylor, who's a very average Big 12 team. So they haven't really seen anyone good. We found out the ACC is garbage. So maybe Duke's a little overvalued. I like to look at Arizona, and I'll probably jump on board with that. They just, to me, it seems of every 1 seed or every 1 seed going into this round, at least, I haven't seen anyone on Arizona.
Really?
Not really. Not in comparison.
John Maxwell in TikTok says, I have Arizona in my Final Four. Are you okay? But John, are you ballsy enough to double down and take them 9.5 against Duke? I mean, obviously, if you pick them in a bracket, that's one thing. But would you put your money against them head to head? Plenty of people are buying the Caleb Love narrative. Yeah, I have seen Arizona all over the timeline. Interesting. I'd be careful loving Arizona off multiple hot shooting performances against top 3 defense in the country. That's just me. Fair enough, McKiffin. Fair enough.
Top 3 defense in the country, but what offenses were you playing throughout the year? Louisville, Pitt, UNC, who was god awful for the first 25 games.
Preach, King. Preach.
Right. I don't want to say I hate those stats, but I don't really give them much merit at this point of the season, just because it's such a. I mean, you're talking October to March, late March. There's a lot of things. These are fucking young kids. There's a lot of shit that changes.
I'm with you, Greg. I couldn't be more with you.
The other thing too, and I saw this Chernoff thing too, but the first time these teams played early in the year, and it soared under, and the under was almost 10 points higher than where the line's at today.
I'll pay to find out how good. What is it? Hold on. I'll pay to find out how good Duke's youth carries them. Yeah. Yep. Cam's money. I have a Arizona Natty ticket and 2 units on both their first 2 games. Wow. Mid-major too. Mid-major has Arizona Natty ticket. I when I watched Arizona play Kansas, part of the reason I thought I saw potential with Kansas is because I was like, well, Arizona's a pretty good team. Kansas won that game, I think, by 6 or 8 points or something. It was nothing crazy, but I really came away and I was not overly impressed with Arizona. But then I was just watching, Greg, I was watching their games on the phone and just putting up 88, 91, 93 against everybody. And then against Houston's a really good team, obviously, good defense. They were winning in the first half. They were winning that game in the first half. They're still shooting well. It didn't slow down. Then the second half was a different story, and Houston pulled away. But still, I'm gonna ride these teams. Now, it's certainly a different week. It's a different venue. It's a different everything. Tougher matchups. BYU could fall flat. Alabama could wake up. Arizona could cool off because they finally play, one of the better defensive teams in the country. I'm going to keep my head down. I'm just going to ride what I feel is the hot hand, and with these 2 underdogs, BYU, Arizona. Okay, so I'm sorry, what was your lean, if anything, on this?
I'll probably get to the window with Arizona.
Okay. Giote says, I missed Greg. Yep, we all missed Greg. Love having him on whenever he's available. Why would Duke be due for regression? Proctor is snapping, but he shot an abysmal percent of the conference tournament. Interesting. I'm seeing both ways. Maybe equity is right. Both teams off high shooting percentages. Multiple under could be interesting. Sure. I don't hate an underplay, if anything, but I'm going to go with Zona. All right, last game on the slate, ladies and gentlemen. We have Texas Tech. My last remaining national championship ticket, 33-1, St. John's, RIP. We've got Texas Tech opening 5.5, staying 5.5. 147 up to 148.5. I mean, look, I respect what Calipari did in his game plan. They brought it against St. John's. Brought it.
St. John's also couldn't shoot to save their lives.
Yeah, great point. They played really fast. They took advantage of St. John's defense, didn't let them get set. And you could just tell those guys were playing their ass off and really, really wanted that win. I'm going to fade them for that reason. Because I think, listen, I'm not here to say that, I don't know if they get up for this game. I want to make that very clear. It's the freaking Sweet 16. They're going to get up for this game. But they brought it, dude. They brought it against St. John's. Meanwhile, Texas Tech, I know they were getting some love, to be a fun sleeper team, because everybody wants a sleeper. Mm-hmm. But for the first 2 games of the tournament, I don't really think I've seen a lot of Texas Tech love. If anything,
nothing really.
Yeah, I saw people fading them with UNC Wilmington, and if you did that, you won money. UNC Wilmington wasn't able to win. Oh, I'm sorry, was able to cover. UNC won that game by 10, but it wasn't like a great performance by any means. They were winning by 4 at halftime. Put up 82 though, and then what really impressed me is I think this is a team that's just slowly going to get better and better and better. They brought it against Drake, dude. 77 points they put up against a pretty good Drake defense. They were in control of that game. 37-30 at halftime, 40-34 in the second half. Won the game by 13. Did cover. cover. Drake was a pretty trendy dog. We saw what they did to Missouri's offense. Held them to like 50-something points. I'm in on Texas Tech. Love them. I got them -5.5.
I would agree. My play on this, and this is the only thing I've punched in yet, is the under.
Oh, wait. These are really important. Guys, these are really important nuggets. Drew B, 2504. You listen to this TikTok? This is important. Dumbest dude in the frat house has his tuition on Arkansas.
Does Drew B go to Arkansas?
That would matter. No, listen, I get it. Arkansas just took St. John's. Why would you not want to take the points with them? I really don't think Texas Tech is that sexy of a 3 seed. So yeah, give me Texas Tech. Top of the morning, Dejan. Hello, Reggie in YouTube. How you doing? Top of the morning. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button. It helps with the algorithm, and subscribe to the page. Thank you very much. We're at 1,150 something subscribers. Really, really appreciate that. St. John's overrated. Oh, ouch. Auburn and Texas Tech Bozo Pack. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. Every single frat bro wants to crank hog. Great point. Great point. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Greg. Let's run through this real quick, and then we'll transition over to MLB with Phil's. So run it back. Top of the board. I'm on BYU. You like the over?
I don't know if I'll get there, but I do like the over.
Oh, yeah. I don't know much about the injury situation, but sounds like Arkansas's got a guy coming back. He played some minutes last game. He's been out for a while. And Texas Tech has a dude that has apparently been practicing.
That's one of the reasons I like. That's probably the main reason I like that under.
Yeah. Maryland, Florida. I love the over. You like the under. We're against each other here.
Yeah.
Over 155. You should take the under 157.5, and we try to hit in the middle.
Dude, these lines have been tight.
Tight.
I think on Sunday, I might have had 6 plays, but 3 of them came down to a half point, which is crazy.
Sure. I mean, somebody commented in here, Drazzy Caden says the Orioles are beating the Blue Jays. I think not. All right, Duke, Arizona. I'm on Arizona +9.5 and a little small sprinkle on the money line. What do you like?
For this, I'm with you on Zona.
Okay. And then Arkansas, Texas Tech. I'm on Texas Tech -5.5.
Yeah, I like that under. I will say, if you look at round 1, the story after round 1 was the Big Ten, right? 8-0 straight up, 8-0 against the spread. I haven't heard much on it, but I do feel that the biggest story from a conference for round 2 is the SEC, right? You get 16 teams left. 7 of them are SEC. This could be the round of the Big 12.
I love that. Love that. Love that. Okay. Houston's in the Big 12, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Houston. I mean, you got 3 games tonight. You got BYU, you got Texas Tech, in Arizona. And then tomorrow you got Houston and somebody else. I think maybe just there's 4 Big 12 teams left.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, Greg. Thank you very much for hopping on. Appreciate it. It's great to see you.
So, question for you as you lean into baseball right now.
Oh God.
Do you know what's coming?
Yeah, something about the Rays. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you had to pick, would you say Nashville or Salt Lake City?
What stupid question is that? Nashville.
All right.
I've only flown into Salt Lake when I've connected to go to Vegas. It's a really nice airport. Beautiful scenery, nice mountains. Doesn't really look like much to do though. Nashville seems like a great time. So the Nashville Rays would be awesome. And I know you would love that. You would love. Greg is a friend who works in the sports industry. We won't reveal too much information, right? And he told Greg, as he got more familiar with the Rays, that the Rays are one of the best organizations he's ever worked with. Great front offense. Their president of operations is one of one. And you know what's funny that Greg shared this information with me? It's just I've been telling him this for a very, very long time, as all he likes to do is shit on the little guy. No team does more with less. Smart individuals.
How would you define more and how would you define less?
So the amount of money that you can spend on talent,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have a lot of money. So therefore, this is a crazy stat. Like you cannot deny this, Greg. Since 2008, the third most wins, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Who's ahead of them? The Dodgers and the Yankees. A lot of money. Just pay for everyone that's good. The Rays can't do that. Why are you even looking back in your head trying to find a result that? Oh my God.
Counterpoint, because I read this, and then I have another thing, and then I'll let you go. I'll stop being a dick. Counterpoint, since 2008, if you take out the COVID asterisk, the Rays have also never won a playoff series. So
never. Wait. Never. They went to the World Series against the Phillies.
Since what year was that?
I don't remember.
Might have been 07.
Might have been 07. I'm trying to think if it was like 09.
So
yeah, the playoffs are hard.
Yeah, the playoffs are hard. So that's my one counterpoint. My other counterpoint is the Orioles had a lower payroll than the Rays last year. So I would define that as them doing more with less.
I love this guy.
No, I read it in the VSiN breakdown.
Yeah, he seems like he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I did read in the VSiN breakdowns because they said about how good the team's been, but how well the world. So I said
he's not counting that. He's not counting
that. It was a 60-game season, and they changed the whole playoff format.
Right. David Price.
So I think that's worthy of an asterisk.
James Shields was a dog. Remember when he went to the Royals? He's part of the reason I took the Royals to beat the Mets. Okay. Greg, great discussion. Thanks for ending it on a high note. Asshole.
But I do think out of respect, I will. We didn't put it in the newsletter, but I do think I'm going to take the Rays team total over. It just feels like this season could be relatively special, just with everything pending of them likely moving and having to play in a little, like literally a little league. Do you think they can sell out a 12,000 fan arena?
You ready for this?
No.
You ready for what I'm about to tell you? No, because your little fucking brain can't comprehend it. Guess who has the second most expensive ticket on opening day?
The Rays.
The Rays and the Rockies.
Bitch.
Really. 100. I think that I forget what the top one is. It's 180 per ticket. Rays are 150. Go look it up. I'll find it for you. I bookmarked the tweet. I just stopped sending you stuff
because that's a massive increase from the $8 of all. I'm looking right now. I can find tickets for $50, $19.
No, it's not right.
$16.
Okay, that's not an average ticket price.
Oh, you're saying average?
Yeah. Okay,
I mean that's not too shocking because you're averaging something over 12,000 as opposed to a normal field, which is 30,000.
Rays are going to sell out the most games. Yeah. There's always something with you.
I'm just saying they may not have a sellout in a 12,000 person stadium.
I just look,
so what you take it as is I insult the team. I do not insult the team. I insult the fact that you only get 30 Major League Baseball teams, and putting one in Tampa where they do not respect or care about the Rays and ostracize them to the other side of the bridge in a circus tent is a waste of a city for a Major League ball club. And you could have a city that cares more about the team and invests more in the team than Tampa does with the Rays. Because to me, it seems like Tampa does not care about having this team at all.
But literally right as you start in your first sentence, it was debunked. You said the team in Tampa, the team is not in Tampa. That's the whole problem. What you don't understand.
I understand it's in St. Pete.
Okay, but let me just explain something to you.
What's the name of the team?
I get that. Who do you think anyone can control that? It's unfortunate that they decided.
What do you mean? You think Tampa can't control that?
Bro, it's like 40 fucking years ago. How long have the Rays been around?
30 years.
Is that anyone's fault that they built the stadium in St. Pete? What do you want me to do about that?
I don't want you to do anything. I'm just explaining to you that the city of Tampa does not care about having a baseball team.
Okay, but the people do.
Sure, all 15 of them. You, Javon, you care deeply.
The Lightning have one of the best attendances in the NHL. And what you continue to not listen to, I tell you this all the time, when it comes to radio and TV ratings, the Rays are also in the top half of baseball. People watch and listen to the Rays. The attendance sucks because it's a fucking bitch to get to the game.
Yes, because who built the stadium there? You're acting like...
Listen, Tim, he legitimately knows nothing about this. And I've tried to have this conversation.
What have I said that's incorrect?
Take it up with Tim. I'm tired of having this talk with you. Listen, I want to end on a high note because you look great. Okay. You did a great job. Right. Thank you so much.
Rays,
I'm going to start to hate you.
Total over, I think, what are they, 80.5?
Not team total. Wins. Over wins, you mean.
Wins over, yeah.
DJen is correct. Wow, shocker. Okay. Thank you, Greg. Have a great day. Good luck on all your bets. We'll chat with you later. Thanks for joining us. I literally was just complimenting you, Coastal Casey. Yep. Tampa doesn't care about the Rays. And his lies. I'm not going to lie. If I lived in Florida, I wouldn't be going to many baseball games either. I will say this. I went to the Marlins game once on like a random Wednesday, and I got behind home plate tickets for like $60. Maybe 70, 80. And we went, it was, it's nice and air conditioning. It's modern and all the food and everything. Like there's nobody there. Great time. Traffic in Nashville is so terrible. Moving there wouldn't be different. Yeah. That'd be a fucking time. Hey, DJen, I'm putting a player prop parlay together for opening day with all the boys. Care to contribute your favorite? Yes. I like Rafi. Greg did look good, though. He did. He looked good. Listen, I'll give credit where it's due. When Greg opens his mouth about the Rays, I hate him. And hate is a strong word. Mean every bit of it. Hate him. All right, we got Phil Zutley coming on to talk MLB opening day. Looking forward to it. I got a strong 30 minutes. However, it would only be right that I gave a full 30 minutes of no interruption. Obviously, I have to take a piss. So give me 2 minutes. We'll get Phil's up here. We'll talk baseball. Everybody just hang tight. Okay, hang tight. Hold on. Let me give you a graphic. Boom, there's a graphic. All right, I'll be right back. Taking a pee. We'll start back here in a few minutes. Okay, we're back. Let's get this off. Let me get the thumbnail off. And if you are watching TikTok, follow the page, get the website, come watch on Twitch and YouTube. These are, by the way, these Fisherman Friend, the best cough drops that you will ever find. Okay, let me get this thing off here. Phils.
Hey, what's going on?
It's great to see you. Good morning. Oh, I was going to say, is it good afternoon? Nope. Good morning. Are you excited? Are you ready for baseball season? Because I am. And I know you're a Phillies fan, and I just remembered I'm in on your Phillies this year, which I hope you've already seen. So I kind of want to, before I even ask if you're excited about baseball, sorry, I'm gonna stop that question. I want to know, Do you like the Phillies this year?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't make a lot of people wanted them to make some big moves, but I liked some of the minor moves they made. Like Luzardo is going to be a really good pickup. His spring training numbers aren't that great, but he's throwing 98, which just matters. The numbers don't really matter off the bat. So, but Ranger is hurt, so we got to have Walker start.
That's
First couple of games.
okay.
So
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
no, he's horrible. Those are pretty much like automatic losses. Oh. But I mean, I think Dombrowski is like known for making big moves at the deadline. So I think this is the year that, say, like Luis Robert is available or someone that they need. They're gonna make the move because their window is small. They only have 1 or 2 years left to capitalize on this core of players.
I thought about throwing a small play on them to win the World Series, but I'm just going to do the division and the over wins. I guess maybe I should be scared of the Braves. I always respect the Braves. I like what they've done with their lineup and locking in some of those guys on really good contracts, but I'm going to say screw it. Give me the I love the Luzardo acquisition. I know Wheeler's getting older, but give me the Phillies this season. All right. I want to go over the board today, opening day, and maybe just touch a little bit on every game. I don't know that I'm going to have much value to provide because what I like to do, obviously, is kind of lean into the previous performances and what teams have been doing, and then maybe try to fade it or try to lean into it or whatnot. So opening day is tough for me. The first week of baseball season is always pretty tough for me. So I'm just going to kind of lean into, like, obviously guys that I'm already fans of, players that I think will come out, maybe perform well to start the season. I did tweet that I'm on Rafi Devers today. We'll talk about that a little bit later. You know, I'm a sucker for the Blue Jays. But let's go. And if you have anything to provide on the game, pitching matchup, there's a hitter you like, let us know. And if there's not, let's go ahead and pass. I've got a solid 25 minutes. I think we can get through every game. So first up, and yes, no, man, I don't understand why there isn't a game until 4 o'clock. It is quite frustrating. Where's Snowman's comment? Oh yeah, why is there no baseball for 4 hours at Manfred? Terrible commish. Yes, not great. Not great. Drew B says fading the
like a tradition bullshit they do. They don't start
so stupid. Brewers and Yankees right out of the gate, 3 o'clock. Rodon against Peralta. Brewers, from what I remember, had a pretty nice season. Peralta was their guy. I don't know. This is why I like listening to somebody who knows baseball. I don't know if he's due for regression, if he is only supposed to get better and better. But Rodon, you know, I've never been really a Rodon guy. I got in on him here and there a little bit for the last season with the Yankees. Thought maybe it would spark a new side of him. No, I'm out. I'm not a Rodon guy. Total at 8, Yankees minus 140. Do you have anything on this game?
Yeah, I think he tweeted out Rondon like struck out the side in the first inning, and he live bet him, and then he shit the bet right jinxed him.
Yep, I did. I absolutely did do that.
But yeah, I mean, I see a lot of people on the Brewers because I mean the Yankees get inflated lines, so like I mean everyone loves bacon the Yankees, so I agree with people betting the Brewers. I know Javon likes Hoskins, and he's had really good spring training, and he usually hits lefties pretty well. So I'm a big guy I'm targeting, but I'll probably, if I had to make a playoff, I'd probably take the Brewers. I would just take them. Their bullpen is pretty solid, so I'd probably take them for the full game. You're gonna have to get into that mindset again, taking first 5 or a full game. So
yeah,
but at least early on, the bullpens are all fresh, and you don't have to worry about that too much.
So I like what you said there, but the only thing I want to ask you is this: don't the Yankees have a pretty good bullpen this season? I know Clay Holmes is gone, but Devin Williams is good.
Yeah, they have a really good bullpen too, so it's probably going to come down to late inning magic. And I don't know. You look at the Yankees lineup; they just put it out. I mean, they have Austin Wells lead off, so it's like the first time a catcher has been lead off for them.
I heard.
See how that works, and I don't know. The Yankees as a whole, if Judge gets hurt, they're done pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Like I know
Stan's
a lot of
done
people
for the
like
year.
Bellinger. Yeah. Like I know you like Ben Rice,
I do.
something like that, but Peralta is kind of like a weird pitcher. He's got like reverse splits, which means usually you look for like a lefty matchup versus a righty, but he does better against lefties. So it's like he's kind of like one of those guys. He's like a reverse splits guy. So righties hit him better. So
that's what
kind of
reverse
like
splits means.
Yeah, 'Cause you usually want to target a lefty versus a righty, and
Right.
vice versa. But he's got reverse split, so righties hit him better.
Okay. Noticed or noted. All right, because you were making me think Ben Rice lefty, Peralta righty. Well, not you were making me think. I was thinking that when I looked at this, and then you just said that, so that's going to be out. I was like, maybe I'll take Ben Rice to get a hit or something. Okay, so you like the Brewers here. I'm good with. I'm good with that. I have no interest in laying 140 with Carlos Rodon. 307 right after Baltimore against the Jays. Jays minus 120. Barrios going against Eflin. Total was 8. It's up to 8.5. Here's the lineups here. Santander going against his old team. I'm a sucker for the Blue Jays. I'm not taking them in any way, shape, or form on the season. I will put a little bit on Vladdy just one more time for most home runs. Hope he has a nice game and a nice year. But right out of the gate, I'm going to take Toronto over team total 3.5 runs. I really, it's not even so much about Toronto. It's more about, I want to fade Zach Eflin. Eflin had a pretty good start when he got over to the Orioles. I think they won the first 5 games he started. They lost the last 4. Now, it wasn't necessarily always his fault. He gave up like 8 hits, but only allowed 2-3 runs. That's not bad. You take that every time. Eflin's a dog. I liked him. I loved him when he was on the Rays. But I think he's going to feel a lot of pressure being the ace for this Orioles team that's missing Grayson Rodriguez and Bradish right now. So I kind of see the Blue Jays sort of getting to him a little bit. And then my only concern is if it's a tight game and the Orioles have the lead, that Bautista or somebody will come in. And then obviously if they do get to him and they have the lead, then you don't get that bottom of the 9th, which is unfortunate. So I'm getting a little cute. I like the Blue Jays team total over 3.5. It's my favorite play today. What are you on this game, if anything?
Yeah, I mean, just looking on the Orioles side, a lot of people are going to probably be on Tyler O'Neill home run just for the narrative. He has a home run in 5 straight opening days. So, like, that's ridiculous. Like, 5 straight open days in a row is going to be in home runs like that. So, a lot of people are going to be on Tyler O'Neill just for that. And I think last year, Adley had like 5 hits opening day. So, people are probably going to be on him a lot too.
Adley had 5 hits on opening day.
I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but I know he went crazy at Fenway. He had like 5 hits or something like that. So a lot of people are probably going to back that narrative. And then you look at Santander, he got the revenge narrative playing his team on opening day. So you got a lot about that too. But I don't know. I do not like this Blue Jays lineup at all. So I don't know.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, I mean they have Jimenez batting cleanup. He should be batting 9th. He's not a cleanup hitter at all. So like after Santander, their lineup drops a lot. Like Kirk, he's just a singles hitter. I mean Springer, he's washed. I mean, I do like Will Wagner, but he's not like I like the bottom 3 of the guys that are lineup. Wagner is good, Clement's good, Rodin. He's probably going to end up hitting leadoff in the future, but yeah, I mean I don't know. Do you know who his father is?
Who?
Wagner.
Well, it's probably not Bobby Wagner, the linebacker for the Commanders. No, I don't know who it is. Frank Wagner?
It's Billy Wagner.
Billy
Closer.
Wagner.
I don't know if you remember him.
First base guy?
He's a closer. He's a
Oh.
pitcher of the Phillies, but it's funny that they have a lot of guys that are major league. Vlad, his dad played in the majors. Bochette, his dad played in the majors. For some reason, they go to a lot of the bloodline guys that play in the majors, but
Interesting.
I don't know. I like their top half of their lineup in the bottom half, but like Jimenez, Kirk, and Springer, those are kind of automatic outs. So you might be sweating the over, but I know a lot of people are on Vlad. He's got really good numbers against Eflin, and he's got pitching matchup too. So I know a lot of people are on Vlad today.
Yep.
You're probably gonna sprinkle something on it.
Okay. All right. Well, good stuff. I like your take on the Blue Jays. Again, I can't get there with them on the season because they are still the Blue Jays. So I'm prepared for pain. I'm prepared to lose that game. They'll probably score 3 runs. That's all they end up doing to me every time I take that. I get hooked. Boston in Texas. Texas is a pretty popular team this year for good reason. I like their lineup. Boston, it looked like they were a dog. Now they're the favorite. Crochet pitching would make sense. I don't know how people feel about Evaldi, but let's look at this. Let's look at this lineup here. We've got lefty or righty Evaldi going against the Blue Jays, or I'm sorry, a Red Sox lineup with 4 lefties. Duran, who I love, he's probably due for some regression. Devers, I always fuck it up. Taking him hits, runs, RBIs, and home run. Bregman, new guy, obviously. Casas, and then Abreu. I like the Red Sox, but everybody likes the Red Sox. They're a very popular, trendy team. And the Rangers kind of are too. So do you have anything in this game? The total is 7.5.
Yeah, I don't have anything in the game itself, but I do really like both teams for the future. I have both teams to win their division. And also I'm going to sprinkle on both to win the World Series. And last year I picked Scooble as my Cy Young. This year it's going to be Crochet. He's a popular pick, but so was Scooble last year.
Yep.
So you look at the baseball stuff, he's dominating in spring training. He's got some of the best K stuff in the league. And if you look at like the advanced numbers, his ERA was high, but his like projected ERA was like a run lower. So I like him a lot going to Boston. I would like them as a team. Christian Campbell is going to start up in day, and eventually Roman Anthony is going to come up, and Marcelo Meyer might take over when Story gets hurt. So I like a lot of their young guys. The main thing that I'm worried about both teams is their bullpens are weak. So that's the only thing I worry about. But it's easy to get guys at the deadline for relievers. Those are the easiest guys to trade for. So I'm high a lot on Crochet. He's my pick for Cy Young. And then on the other side, I like the Rangers a lot too. And a lot of people are high on Wyatt Langford last year. He struggled off the bat, and then he picked it up in the second half. So he's one of my picks to break out this year. I'm going to take his over his hits. So I think he's going to have a really big year. But I like both of these teams a lot. The Rangers, I like their rotation. I like Jack Leiter and Kumar. They pitch in Vandy, so they have that connection there. So I don't really have anything in this game itself, but these are like 2 of my picks that come out of the AL for the World Series.
Okay. Total Slayer says Boston first 5 today. Yeah, I got nothing against that. Good thoughts on both teams. I didn't know that about the bullpens. I'm happy I do. And yeah, I'm a Wyatt Langford guy. Unfortunately, I'm a sucker for both Wyatts over there in Dallas. All right, Phillies and Nationals. Zach Wheeler minus 155 against Mackenzie Gore. Is this line a little short? Like I'm not trying to be that guy right out of the gate of like reading lines and shit like that. But I like Mackenzie Gore, and he even had some respect in the odds market of like Cy Young. But I just expected the Phillies to be like minus 175 in this game. I don't know if that line is accurate or not. Let's see. And let's look at the lineup here. You've got, you got some familiar faces, I guess, here with CJ Abrams, James Woods. Is that Nathaniel Lau they got from Texas? The Nationals did? Josh Bell, Luis Garcia, Dylan Cruz supposed to be, he's a pretty popular pick for Rookie of the Year. And then the Phillies, pretty much the same core they've had for a couple years now. Got to get it done this year, Phils. What do you think in this first game out of the gate for your Phillies?
Yeah, I haven't seen the Phillies lineup yet, but they're looking at tinkering their lineup. Like Schwarber was hitting leadoff the past couple of years, but they're looking to put Trey Turner at leadoff, which I agree with. And then they're going to put Schwarber at cleanup. So it's nice to get a home run from Schwarber, but if you just get solo home runs, they don't impact you too much. He's not a guy that can run, so I like Trey at the top of the lineup if they make that change. And then it's probably not going to work out much to begin with because it's righty versus lefty, but I like the Kapler pickup. He's having really good spring, and he got hurt last year, so they have him like a 1-year contract. So I like him as a pickup. And the guy like that for the Phillies lineup is Boom. I'm taking his RBIs for the season. He's either going to hit third or fourth, and a lot of people were down on him last year because he has like an attitude problem, and when he strikes out, he slams his helmet and all that stuff, and he doesn't look interested in the game. So this is kind of like a make or break a year for Boom. They're trying to trade him during the offseason, so I think he's going to come out fired up and try to prove people that he's not going to be that. And the line is probably short because the Nationals do have Wheeler's number, so to speak. They hit him really well. Wheeler's the guy that relies on strikeouts, and the Nationals don't strike out a lot. Their lineup's going to be a little bit different than the past couple years, so they might strike out a little bit more. But the guy that I'm on this year is James Woods. I'm taking his home runs over. I don't know if you've seen him before. He's basically like a left-handed version of Judge. He's like 6'6", 215.
Oh, I have seen
Got
this
like a
guy.
monster. Like this guy has a freak athlete here. He's got all the tools and he can hit lefties really well, and he hits the ball opposite field well. So I think he's going to be like the next great national for Soto, and then eventually they're going to lose him to the Yankees or some other team. So, but James Wood is my guy this year for over home runs.
James Woods, 22 years old, on March 17th against the Rays, 2 for 3 with a double and a home run. All right. I like that. I'll keep an eye on James Woods this year. And yeah, the Nationals kind of, I don't know. They kind of a scrappy team. Like I like some of their guys. I won't be looking to fade them very much. Somebody mentioned it was 170 last night, 150 now. So 20-cent move towards the Nats potentially. Maybe it's because the Nats hit Wheeler well, as you mentioned. All right, Phil's little up against it. So I'm going to skip some of these shitty games like the Angels and the White Sox. I like Kikuchi though. I'm a Kikuchi guy. Let's go to the Mets and the Astros. Fun game here. Clay Holmes starting for the Mets. Framber Valdez. Obviously the Mets get Soto, signing Alonso. I don't really know what's going on here between these two teams in terms of what the public or your average bettor thinks, but feels like the Astros are kind of slept on this season. So I'll be curious to see how they come out of the gate. Total 7.5. I don't know that I can get involved with Clay Holmes starting a game for the Mets. It just feels weird. If anything, I'd probably lay it with Houston here. Do you have anything?
Yeah, I'm looking at the under for this one.
Oh,
the trendy pick, but Clay Holmes, like a lot of people are comparing him to Michael King. It's kind of the same thing. He coming from the Yankees, he was in the bullpen, and then he's going to start up in the day. So he added like a new pitch. He has like a kick changeup, which is like the new fad. Their last, it was like splitter was like the new pitch, and now it's like a kick changeup. So I like that here. I mean, I do think Clay Holmes is going to have a good year. I trust his stuff. I'm not sure how long they're going to let him go for going. He's probably only going to go like 5 innings, and
right.
their bullpen is pretty solid. And then you look at the Astros side. I mean, their lineup is depleted. I mean, they did lose Kyle Tucker. They lost Bregman. Those are two of their best hitters. And I mean, Paredes, he's probably going to he's a trendy pick because he's going to be like a Crawford box punch. You know him in the Rays. He only pulls the ball.
Yep.
And the Astros had the Crawford boxes, which is like the smallest thing. So
really,
yeah, they have like the smallest left field.
So it's like the short porch, but the opposite side.
Yeah, so it's like he's gonna hit a lot of home runs there. So he's gonna be like a trendy pick, and then a lot of guys got him in early, but Cam Smith, he's a trendy pick for Rookie of the Year. He went from like plus 4,000 to now he's like the second favorite. He made the team. So like he's a popular pick, and I like him in spring training. So, but I'm probably gonna look at maybe the under for this game.
Okay. All right. Good shit. Guardians and Royals. I feel like the Royals are kind of a popular team for good reason. But also some smart people are saying pump the brakes, DGen, because of the regression potentially from Seth Lugo and Michael Wacha. And even Javon yesterday. I don't know if you were tuning in, but he says Cole Ragans is on his fade list for pitchers this year. So I'm going to stay off all things Royals. I like the addition of Jonathan India at leadoff. I was kind of an India guy when he was a prospect for the Reds. And I like their lineup, but I'm going to stay off entirely. Do you like anything out of the gate between this matchup? Bibby and Ragans, Royals minus 135, total 7.5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep an eye out for Ragans because his velocity dipped in the second half. So, like, his numbers, I'm going to see if he's throwing his velo fast. So, I'm going to keep an eye on him. The Guardians do not strike out a lot. So, I'm going to be interested. I mean, it's probably a good pick is to take Ragans under Gaze. So, that might be a good value pick there. But the look on the Royals, I think you're a year late on the Royals. They broke out last year. So, I mean, if Bobby Witt gets hurt, they're done. Like their lineup is massy. Like their bottom lineup is really bad. So if Witt gets hurt, they might be a team that loses every game. So I do like on the Guardians, like Gavin Williams. He had a really good spring, so I think he's going to be like a breakout pitcher on the Guardians. So I'm going
Yeah.
to look at taking his keys early on until the books adjust.
Okay. Yeah, I got nothing against Gavin Williams. I think that was somebody mentioned his name too. I like him. He's a bit of a dog. Braves -130 in San Diego. Michael King. I'm a Michael King guy. I sprinkled on him to win the Cy Young, 21-1, 22-1, some shit like that. Not gonna happen. But I like him, and I went Phil's to go take his over K's. I don't want to spray the board too much, like I've said. I'm really just in on the Blue Jays and Endeavors right now. Over hits, runs, RBIs, and to hit a home run. But I was looking on Action Network, and there's like 4 people I follow on Michael King over K's. And I'm not saying I don't know if they're good or bad. I didn't really look into it, but my thought there was like, wow, Michael King might be a bit popular. So I don't know if it just has to do with the matchup or anything like that, but you want to fade Sale right out of the gate and get down with the Padres, or are you leaving this one alone?
Yeah, I mean, I might take a stab at the Padres. I mean, I'm looking at Machado. Maybe he's lefty versus righty. He's got good numbers against them, and Tatis is the righty get him. So I think the Padres, they have a really good bullpen. A lot of people are probably on King K's because he's got a 41% K rate against the Braves lineup, which is really high. So a lot of people are probably looking at that. And just in general, the Braves, they strike out a lot. So King K's are probably good back there. And I mean, the Braves affiliates are going to be battling it out. A lot of people are high on the Mets, but I don't think they really have a shot at the division. It's going to come down to the Phillies and the Braves.
Okay. I agree with you. Let's go Phillies. Oh, yeah. So since I'm a Phillies investor, I want the Braves to lose every game. So go Padres today. Skeens against Alcantara is a pretty fun matchup, but nobody really cares too much about the Pirates and the Marlins. Our guy Camus Money is on the Giants' first 5. I thought about betting on the Giants this season. I'm going to stay off. I kind of liked what I saw from their acquisitions and their lineup. What did I like about them? Let me pull it up. Oh, I'm an Adames guy. I like Adames. How can you not like Matt Chapman? And Lamont Wade's kind of cool. So I'm going to stay off, but I tailed Cam. I'm going to take San Francisco first 5 on the money line, and Hunter Green, also Javon's fade candidate. Total at 8. You got anything in this game?
Yeah, I don't have anything in the game itself, but I am a Reds investor. I'm taking
Okay.
them to win the division, taking them over their wins. I mean, they're popular, but these popular teams hit for baseball because they're backed by smarts and stuff like that. And Hunter Green had a really good spring training, but you look at his advanced numbers, he's probably due for some regression.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's keep moving. I just realized it's 8:43. Thank you again for hopping on, Phils. Sonny Gray against Pablo Lopez. Fun game here. Twins are -115. You got anything? Total 7.5.
Yeah, I don't have anything in this game. So
Okay. Scooball and Snell. Dodgers -160. I feel like a lot of people are probably going to be pressing the Tigers here. Jet lag with the Dodgers, maybe. I know they've had a decent amount of time off. They're probably all fine. They're professionals. Total 6.5. Very low. What do you think?
yeah, I mean, I might take a stab at the Tigers. I mean, anytime you can get Scoville at a plus price. I mean, against the Dodgers, I mean, I get they're the best team in the league, but anytime you can get Scoville at a price place, I mean, Snell, he usually struggles in the first half of the season. So I might take a stab at the Tigers' first 5.
I love it. I'm on the Mariners. Fuck it. I'm going to get burned. I'm ready for pain. This pathetic, stupid, boring team. Give me their over 85.5 wins right out of the gate against Luis Severino. I kind of want to take Cal Raleigh or Julio Rodriguez or Randy Rosarita right off the rip, Phils. Anything you would like in their matchups or Mariners related, and don't feel free not to force it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen someone on Luke Raley, so I haven't looked at the matchup myself. So
Okay.
I know people are on him if you like a former Ray on them, but I don't know. I just can't back the Mariners like a whole. Like Vaughn said, I just don't trust their lineup. And I know a lot of people say the rotation is better than the Phillies, but I don't trust them on the road. Like their home and road splits are drastic, so they're
Yeah.
going to be a team that are probably going to fade on the road.
Okay. More than fair. Last game, finished strong. Justin Steele against Zach Gallen. I kind of want to take the Cubs here. -120, total 8.5. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I get taking the Cubs, but I really like the D-backs in this matchup, and I like the D-backs as a whole. last year I took them to make the playoffs and they just missed it. So I'm going back to that. You know,
Okay.
baseball, you always a game early or a year early, and Gallen has really good numbers against the Cubs and the D-backs. They scored the most runs in baseball last year, and they lost a couple key guys, but I like Naylor pick up, and they brought back Randall Grichuk. He kills lefties, so I think the D-backs they're probably going to be my main confident bet today. I really like their bullpen too.
What about a first 5 under? I kind of want to back Steele, basically. 5 Ks through 4 innings against the Dodgers. I like that. I think I'm going to take. Oh, he did allow 2 home runs. I might take his Ks.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he got lit up against the Dodgers, but anyone's probably going to get lit up out. I mean, the D-backs do hit him really well, but
Oh,
they
they
do
do.
strike out. Yeah, but they do strike out a good bit too. So
Oh, okay. See, that's what I like to hear. So here's his splits against. Oh yeah, they do hit him fairly well. Corbin does pretty well. Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, you're right. They strike out a lot against him. I think I might take. I might take some Ks for Justin Steele. Favorite bet on the board today, Phils. What do you got?
yeah, I mean, just for a straight bet, it's going to be the D-backs.
Oh, okay. Well, then I certainly won't fade you. I'll probably just take Cubs or Steel K's, if anything. So I'm on Rafael Devers over hits, runs, RBIs, and a hit home run. I'm on the Blue Jays team total. I tailed Cam his money on the Mets first 5. I might take Steel K's in a parlay with something. Phils, thank you very much. I would love to do this again throughout the season, touch base with you. So let me know anytime you have availability. Just shoot me a DM. Make sure to follow Phil Zutley 26 on Twitter. And thank you, sir. Good luck this season.
Appreciate it. Take care.
Go Phillies. Go Phillies. All right, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out. That was great. I see we got a pretty packed house. I'm sorry we have to end it a little early, but I got to get out of here. I got to get ready for some corp shit at 12:15. I am in rough shape. I'd really love to just stop getting sick. So maybe I got to stop drinking. I got to eat a little better. Or it's just New York. I can just blame New York. You know what I mean? Cesspool of scum around here. A lot of germs. You know, maybe I rode the city bike and I didn't wash my hands and I ate a croissant. I don't fucking know. How many cough drops is too many cough drops? Because my throat is killing me. All right, guys. I'm going to shut it down. Thank you again to Phil's. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg, for coming on. Yeah, I always, sometimes I say, Greg, he's a little useless. You know what? Maybe Greg is ready to fucking turn things around. I'm ready for it. We're all ready for it. What the hell fuck is that? I'm looking for something to raid, but I don't think we're going to do it. All right, guys. Have a great day. Good luck on all your bets. I will chat with you later. Oh, yeah, I did have a lot of darts recently. I like that primer. All right, good luck. See you later, guys. Have a great day betting. I hope you win more bets than you lose. I will check you. We'll be here tomorrow. Rain or shine, throat sore, cough, coughing, doesn't matter. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.